Thanks for joining us. I'm Leanie Lambrink. A new report into policing in Nunavik is calling for major changes after several deadly police shootings raised concerns in the region. Regional leaders ordered the review last year. The report says many Inuit officers are struggling with burnout and a lack of mental health support. It also points to low Inuit representation within the force. As of February, only 3 of about 180 officers were Inuit. Lawyer Eugenie Veilleux helped write the report.
Because they had a familiarity with the language and the culture, people were more likely to go see them instead of the other officers that were from the south of Quebec. And so they were much more solicited.
The report is calling for changes to Quebec's Police Act to give Nunavik more control over who gets hired as officers. That could include allowing some Inuit applicants with minor criminal records to apply. It also recommends creating an Inuit-led police training program in the region. The Kativik Regional Government, Nunavik Police, and Makivik would not comment Thursday. Quebec Police Security Minister Ian Lafrenière says the government is reviewing the report closely and says he's heard positive feedback about the force's new leadership. Nunavut RCMP have laid more charges against an Iqaluit man in a child sexual abuse and exploitation investigation. Police first arrested 38-year-old Daniel Legacy in January. They say investigators later gathered more evidence linked to alleged offenses between 2018 and last December. Legacy now faces several charges, including sexual assault, sexual interference, and child pornography offenses. He remains in custody and is scheduled to appear in court in Iqaluit on June 8th. It's official. Prime Minister Mark Carney and Alberta Premier Danielle Smith have signed a new carbon pricing deal. The result could be the construction of a pipeline to the West Coast as early as fall 2027. David Thurton has the details.
A scene hard to imagine. A conservative Albertan premier, a liberal prime minister, together on the same stage, advancing a potential pipeline and Canada's most important climate policy.
These milestones bring us significantly closer to building a West Coast pipeline, expanding our access to global markets, and creating jobs and prosperity here in Alberta and across Canada.
The agreement commits to these potential timelines. July 1st, a pipeline application gets submitted. October 1st, it's eligible to be fast-tracked under law. September 1st, 2027, shovels go into the ground. All of this was helped in part by an agreement on another sticking point.
Today, as you've just heard, Canada and Alberta have agreed to create markets that deliver an effective carbon price.
Both sides agreed to raise the actual carbon price big polluters pay, from the lows of $20 per ton to $140 by 2040.
This is Canada working. This is Canada and Alberta working together.
As for a pipeline, a number of issues still need to be resolved, including finding a private sector builder and resolving issues that the BC government and First Nations have. David Thurton, CBC News, Ottawa.
Baffinland Iron Mines is seeking creditor protection, but says there will be no immediate impact on jobs or operations at the Mary River Mine or Milne Port in Nunavut's Qikiqtalik region. The company says operations at the mine and Milne Port will continue as usual, and plans for the Steensby Rail and Road project are still moving forward. A recent financial outlook warned Baffinland could face up to $800 million in debt by the end of next year. Baffinland says its agreements with the Qikiqtani Inuit Association will continue to be honored. Nunavut Premier John Mayne says he's monitoring the situation closely to help protect Nunavummiut jobs. And while uncertainty surrounds one major northern mining project tonight, another resource development proposal in Nunavut is moving a step closer to reality. The Grays Bay Road and Port project has cleared another major step in the review process. The Nunavut Impact Review Board has now accepted the project's impact statement after sending it back for revisions earlier this year. The proposed project would build an all-season road connecting a deepwater port in Nunavut to the Northwest Territories. The CEO of the West Kitikmeot Resources Corporation says most of the changes involved adding more detail, including plans for environmental monitoring.
This is not a matter of the regulator saying, well, those things are inadequate, you need to do something different. No, it was, we need to better understand what your plans are here, and you're going to need to do that work to substantiate that and demonstrate that early on in the process as compared to later in the process.
The project will now move into a long regulatory review process. That includes months of technical analysis and consultations with communities in the Northwest Territories and Nunavut's Kitikmeot region. Gold fever is back in Dawson City as the community's annual gold show kicks off another placer mining season. But it's not just miners turning out for the event. As Chris McIntyre reports, the show is drawing interest from across the community.
The Klondike has a long history of generating gold fever. From those who ventured to Dawson for the gold rush during the 1890s to current day where some visit the town to experience what it was like back then and maybe find a gold nugget of shiny stuff for themselves.
This is my first time ever panning for gold and ever being in Dawson City. It's been amazing. This is a gorgeous little town. It gives very Western vibes, and it's been a lot of fun.
Whitney Lukasevich and her husband are visiting Dawson from Winnipeg. Lukasevich says when you're in a gold town, you have to try your luck.
Coming down, I thought, why not at least try, buy a gold pan, go down to the river, and give it a shot.
The art of panning is easy to learn but hard to master. It entails filling pans with creek gravel and water and shaking it in a circular motion. This allows heavy gold particles to settle while washing away lighter sand, salt, and sediment. Over on the other side of town in the gold fields, placer miners are seeking to find gold on a much bigger scale. With the price of gold sitting at over $6,000 an ounce, time literally means money.
Got a great time here. However long it lasts. I don't know what the price of fuel is going to be. We don't know. It could, the war with Iran and everything like that. We're just starting to feel the effects of that probably right now. So that's a real unknown. But at least at this point, the price of gold is very, very good relative to all our other costs. So that's great right now.
A good mining season for placer miners also means a good season for gold buyers like Andrew Kuksinski. He says when miners strike it big, they visit him.
The guy walks in with a bag of 50 pounds of something. He looks like a construction worker. And he pours out a pile of gold on the counter here and says, Andrew, you pick up whatever you want. I'll drop by in 2 days and I'll take the rest.
Kuksinski says he will normally pay above market price for gold nuggets if he likes what he sees. But unlike Schmidt, who welcomes the high price of gold, Kuksinski says the higher the price, the more he'll have to charge his customers. Lukasevich is ready to find her riches.
And wish me luck down by the river. Maybe I can retire, who knows.
Lukasevich didn't hit the mother lode today, but she'll walk away with a small vial of Yukon Gold and an experience that will last a lifetime. Chris McIntyre, CBC News, Dawson City.
The federal government is investing more than $13 million to expand high-speed internet service in remote communities across the Northwest Territories. The project will connect up to 869 Indigenous homes in 9 communities using a mix of fiber and satellite technology. Federal officials say the investment will help improve access to education, virtual health care, and emergency services in remote communities. The Secretary of State for Rural Development says reliable internet is now essential infrastructure in the North.
In today's announcement, we know that the internet is no longer a luxury. It's an essential infrastructure to ensure growth for the future. And if we want to build Canada strong, we also need to build the North strong. That means making sure people living in northern, rural, remote, and Indigenous communities have the same opportunities as people living in the southern urban centers.
Cleachong Grand Chief Jackson Lafferty says better connectivity could help students in isolated communities access distance learning. He says it could also help people connected to services many Southern Canadians already rely on. The work is expected to begin this summer. The federal government is also investing nearly $960 million over 5 years into small craft harbors across the country. Some of that money will go toward upgrades at Pungnartu's craft harbor, including corrosion protection, new floating wharfs, and a new launch ramp. The funding was first announced in last month's federal economic update. Nunavut's MP says the improvements will help protect the harbor from the impacts of climate change.
In Nunavut, these small craft harbors are more than just infrastructure. They provide critical support to hunters, to harvesters, and to sustain our Inuit traditions.
The federal government has not said how much of the funding will go to craft harbors in Nunavut. Syphilis cases in the Northwest Territories are falling from peak outbreak levels seen a few years ago. Just over 100 cases were reported in 2025, down from more than 200 in 2022. But health officials say more women are now being infected. Hina Alam reports.
The territory's chief public health officer says when the syphilis outbreak was declared in 2019, about 60% of the cases were in men. But in 2025, about 60% of the new cases were reported in women. Dr. Cami Kandola also notes a disturbing trend. About 40% of those cases with syphilis reported being under the influence of substances that impaired their sexual decision-making.
So if you have alcohol on board, or and that's the most common type of substance that you can have on board, that increases your risk for STIs. The second most common substance is crack cocaine, from what people have reported. But if you're unaware and you can't protect yourself, and then you're not you might not have the ability to have informed and protected sexual activities. That could put you at risk.
Kandola says there's no single way to bring down the levels to pre-outbreak levels, but several different ways can help. One of those is giving free condoms. In 2022, the government launched a pilot program dispensing free condoms. About 4 years later, the government has distributed about 100,000 free condoms across the territory. There are 306 dispensers in the Northwest Territories. Elena Cronstill, Health Promotion Manager in the Office of the Chief Public Health Officer, says the government will continue to distribute condoms for as long as possible, because she says there's no comparison between the cost of treating someone with syphilis versus preventing it with a condom.
So we have continued to extend the program because we see it as making an impact. We haven't seen our syphilis rates climb, and perhaps that's part of this initiative. You know, it's hard to measure what you prevent. So
Cronstill says that a lack of trust in the public healthcare system remains one of the biggest barriers to people getting tested and treated for syphilis in the Northwest Territories. The Chief Public Health Officer says the outbreak in the territories would require a combination of more people getting tested and treated so they don't infect others around them. Hina Alam, CBC News, Yellowknife.
The village of Haines Junction adopted a new plan Wednesday night to help it manage emergencies.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Passed. Thank you.
Mayor and council passed the 2026 Municipal Emergency Plan after the village spent months developing it. The document will guide the village on how to direct citizens during times of crisis, including earthquakes, wildfires, and power outages, like the one that happened in December 2025.
They'd be able to all see and understand what the plan is, how we can better work together so that we're not scrambling at the last minute. And that to me is really important, that we don't do anything that would jeopardize the safety of our citizens.
Councillor Bruce Sunbow voted against passing the plan, saying it lacks enough details to be fully effective. The plan can be used as is should an emergency arrive, with another committee meeting of the whole scheduled for June 24th to add any further provisions.
But now that I know.
The Governor General honored 14 Canadians with the Order of Canada today in what was Mary Simon's final ceremony presiding over the awards.
one of my last opportunities to do so before the end of my mandate. I'm especially glad to see some familiar faces among you.
Two Nunavik were among those recognized at Rideau Hall this morning. Charlie Watt was named an Officer of the Order of Canada. The longtime senator helped found both the Northern Quebec Inuit Association and Makivik Corporation. He played a key role in negotiating the James Bay and Northern Quebec Agreement. He also brought Inuktitut into the Senate chamber. Andrew Atagutaluk was named a member of the Order of Canada. The Inuit Anglican bishop became the first Inuk bishop of the Arctic and helped translate the full Bible into Inuktitut. Retired teacher Rose Klein was recently relaxing in a hot tub, sipping champagne to celebrate her 90th birthday. But it was a present from someone she inspired in the past that was about to take the cake. Bonnie Allen tells us about the unexpected shout-out Klein got in the House of Commons.
Hello, Mrs. Klein. How are you doing today?
I am doing extremely well.
A reunion between student and teacher after 40 years. A chance for Conservative MP Michael Cram to tell his grade 2 teacher thank you face-to-face after already doing so publicly in the House of Commons while speaking on electoral reform.
I'd like to start this morning by thanking my grade 2 social studies teacher, Mrs. Rose Klein. It was many election cycles ago when I was in her class, and that's where I first learned about elections. And I couldn't.
Cram goes on to thank Rose Klein for being a positive role model. The tribute comes just as Klein celebrates her 90th birthday, and it both shocked and humbled her.
When I saw it, I'll be honest with you, I did cry.
Klein's family enlisted our help to reunite the two.
There you are in 1986, Mrs. Klein.
Cram recalls the class that changed his life. It was 1986 at St. Leo Catholic School in Regina. He was just 7 years old, and there was a provincial election on.
Tell me if you remember this or not, but you divided the room into 3 groups to be 3 political parties. If your political party won, you got Robin's Donuts the morning after the election. And for the other 2 parties, they had to settle for Robin's Eggs the morning after the election.
Klein retired from teaching 30 years ago and now lives in Edmonton. She says she never looked for acknowledgement, but often wondered if she made an impact.
You know, teachers are always expected to give more, but not expect much. I'm talking about today's teachers. It's a hard role they play.
The spark that you ignited made it all the way to the floor of the House of Commons.
Well, thank you. I'm humbled by your comments.
Bonnie Allen, CBC News, Swift Current.
If you're a hockey fan, you've been tracking the puck during the NHL playoffs. Did you know those pucks have a secret Canadian connection? They're produced for the NHL and other major leagues around the world by 2 Quebec companies. Natalia Weichsel has that story.
Every time the Montreal Canadiens hit the ice, they're carrying a little piece of Quebec with them. Official pucks for the National Hockey League are produced by 2 homegrown companies, Soucy Baron and in Glasgow.
Some of the hockey players that are playing for the Habs right now don't necessarily know that they're playing with a made in Canada puck.
The suppliers also provide pucks for leagues across the world, including the Professional Women's Hockey League. It all starts at a rubber manufacturing factory in Saint-Jérôme, just north of Montreal. Raw ingredients are mixed together and then carefully molded into individual discs. Those blank pucks are then shipped to Sherbrooke, Quebec, where the official logos are carefully printed on.
So you're seeing the cleaned raw pucks basically going onto the silkscreen machine.
NHL teams can go through dozens of pucks in a single game, so the printing process has to go fast, especially during the playoffs. Logos need to be updated every time a team is eliminated.
We can run probably 12 to 1,500 pucks in an hour. So we are shipping constantly, and during this time of year, we have more than 1 shift.
For the team in Sherbrooke, it's a sense of pride knowing their product is being used by Canada's favorite team.
Honestly, it's just exciting to see that a puck made in Sherbrooke is hitting the ice every Stanley Cup playoffs, every game.
For the Habs, knowing their equipment is made in Canada makes them proud too.
It's just another part of history, you know, being from Quebec and the roots and how passionate all the fans are. So I think that's pretty cool.
From factory floors in Quebec, these pucks are then shipped out to arenas across the continent. A reminder that Canada's game is also made in Canada. Natalia Weichsel, CBC News, Montreal.
In classrooms across Manitoba, students may soon be learning Anishinaabe-Mowen in an unexpected place, inside a video game. A new project called Turtle Island Trials uses the world of Fortnite to teach Indigenous language and culture through quests, challenges, and storytelling. CBC's Jim Agapito got a look.
We applied for a grant to teach Anishinaabe-Mowen in Fortnite. Pretty crazy idea. And the government of Canada accepted and told us, yep, here you go, and you've got 2 years to develop this. And then the next thing we had to do is take the narrative and our script and get it validated and verified by language speakers, by elders, knowledge keepers. We came up with this plan to have a player achieve the 7 teachings in Fortnite and thwart the evil presence of a Wendigo, which is associated with greed and colonialism, taking too much and things like that.
We're starting off here. Can you describe what we're seeing right now?
For sure. So right now we are inside Turtle Island, and you spawn at this central village. As you can see, there's an elder over here that's going to direct us to our next steps. It tells me that I need to head east and seek knowledge from the stone. So that's what I'm going to do over here. This is one of the grandfather stones, or a sin, and they act like a Rosetta Stone. They enable you access to the dictionary, where in the next set of challenges, these are the words that are going to be used, and they're padded with English. And again, in the beginning, the challenges are set up so they're a little bit easier with more English, and then as you conquer them and go to the final 7th challenge, there's going to be less and less English and more for you to rely on the Anishinaabe and make sure that you understand it. We brought these people together to tell us and to ensure that culture, tradition, and language was being appreciated. And one of the things, the resounding kind of consensus in the room, is that even though Anishinaabe-Mowen is spoken widely across parts of Ontario and Manitoba, it's spoken differently. There's dialect in each one of these communities. And to ensure that we're respecting that, in the Educator Guide, we are actually showcasing some of that dialect from those communities. In a video game, in terms of how a student learns language, and we have to keep it universal so that they don't get confused.
Well, I think it's going to be an awesome opportunity for learning language in a way that the children are engaged in these days. A lot of them are gamers and a lot of them are playing Fortnite. I believe that by incorporating language into a platform that they're already on, they'll learn. They'll learn the words that are being shared. They'll learn the greetings, the different animals that are portrayed, and the teachings especially that are in the game. Well, I think the biggest piece is that they can see their culture, their language in a platform that you normally probably wouldn't see a First Nation language in.
And the temperatures aren't the only telltale sign of spring in the north right now. Things are growing at the Nunavik Community Greenhouse. Organizers are preparing for their first sale of the year on May 30. The greenhouse wants to expand its services to the community and is looking for help.
Everything that you see here now. So that's been getting ready for the plant sale that's coming up on the 29th of May for the members and open to the public for the 30th and the 31st. So yeah, every day has just been taking care of these and keeping them alive.
There's going to be a seed starting workshop at the Nunavik Community Greenhouse next weekend. It will be showing its members and the public how to grow plants in the greenhouse plots. With 2 coordinators hired for the summer, the hope is to be hosting a workshop every day this season. The greenhouse is also looking to hire a kitchen manager for their cafe. The public sale is May 30th and members can get in a day early. That is Northbeat for tonight. We leave you tonight with the Iqaluit Fishing Derby. The competition is now underway and people are fishing their way to a $10,000 cash prize. Thanks for watching. I'm Leanie Lambrink. Have a good night.